Nothing moving.
Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back to our online Pali reading class day 52. Before we get started, shall we?
Good evening, Bhante.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Bhante and everyone.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Once again, shall we pay respect to everyone before we get started? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Today, we are going to start off another chapter of the Dhammapada, which you may have seen. This is the second chapter. Actually, Buddha didn't know these chapters. The senior monks, they compiled these chapters. But what we understand is the stanzas are pretty much, they were original Buddha's sayings. And plus, it is easier for us to see when the similar stanzas, similar I would say in terms of meaning, were put together into different classifications. That's a good thing to learn actually. Okay. So let's get started by going to the list, the text actually. Okay. Before we get into the chapter, the verses that we are going to study today, let's discuss about the name of the chapter. This is called Appamada. Appamada. So there are two Pali words which we understand here. Appamada and Pamada. Pamada means negligence and Appamada means diligence. So some people even translate this to be vigilance. So all the stanzas that are coming under this chapter called as teachings about the diligence. If you go see here, the text, you can see here, Ahama. Now, if you look at Buddha's teachings, Buddha pretty much plays a lot of emphasis on this quality, Ahama. Can you think about his last words for the monks and nuns and other people? He was teaching, he was giving his last message to be Vaidhamma Sankhara Appamadena Sampadena. Vaidhamma Sankhara Appamadena Sampadena. There is a problem. The problem here is all the sankharas are subject to changes. Because of that, we have to strive on with diligence. Appamada. Is appamada that important? What is appamada? Maybe we can ask some of you about what appamada means to you before we get started. What does appamada mean to you? Anyone? Appamada means? Yes, Sam.
Hatefulness.
Hatefulness is. Yeah, I'm asking the contextual meaning, not a translation. What does appamada mean? In words, actually.
Diligence. Strive.
Yeah, diligence. All these are translation, direct translations. But what does appamada mean in context? Because whenever an English person talking to another English person, hey, you have to be diligent, does it always bring this appamada perspective to the other English person? I don't think so. Right? In English, let's say they don't know any Dhamma, but at a certain point they are discussing, hey, you have to be diligent. You have to be vigilant. You have to be heedful. So does it always mean that the people in the English language, they understand something called appamada? I don't think so. But we understand appamada to be diligent or vigilant because there are translations as such. Now I'm asking the context. What kind of diligence is this? What kind of heedfulness is this? Yes, Susan, you have something to share with us?
To be in sati.
I was thinking it was to take care, be careful.
Thinking, is it to remove defilement?
Okay.
Religion and removing feeling.
Okay.
Consciousness.
Conscious, yeah. A lot of things are coming out. Yes, Kim, you have something to share with us?
Do it diligently means do it with wholeheartedly and then correctly. Diligently. Wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
How about Bhante Viriya? Put in the effort.
Yeah, they all are connected actually. Appamada has very part.
Bhante, not late.
Not being late. Okay, that is one way.
Bhante, mindfulness, mindful of what you're doing in your daily life.
Okay.
To be
Okay.
mindful.
Mindful, yes. Okay, so without taking more time. Appamada here means that someone who is diligently working towards one's own Dhamma practice. The quality of being able to be diligent on one's own Dhamma practice. So that means it has a lot. It is not even virya, it is not even mindful, it is not even Brahma Viharas, it is not even one wholeheartedness. They all come in one set. So it's a package. It's a whole spiritual package is under the appamada. So being able to pursue that practice without being late. This is appamada. Now, in many suttas, Buddha is saying that he calls appamada is the root kusala. What does it mean? Appamada is the root kusala. So this zigzag wording, root kusala is appamada. Why? Why is it root kusala? Now we know dana, metta, giving, maybe loving kindness, wisdom, and then there are other ancillary good qualities. Metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, dana, sila, bhavana, paramita, right? You can go. This will go on, right? But the Buddha says that none of the good qualities, wholesome qualities, will arise without the urge, without the support of appamada. Every time, say for instance, you want to give a dana. Why? You have that urge. That urge comes from appamada. And then the Buddha is using a simile. It's a very interesting simile. He's asking monks, what do you think about the footprints in the forest? There are many animals who have legs, especially four-leg animals. What do you think about the size of the foot of these animals? What do you think about the size of a footprint of an elephant? Can all the footprints of other animals be fitted onto the size of a footprint of an elephant? Yes, elephant's footprint is the largest in the forest. In the same way, I tell you, Appamada is like the footprint of an elephant in the forest. Now, it's not in the forest, now it's spiritual life. So that means if you have Appamada, there is room for other qualities to grow in, evolve, and you can maintain. So Appamada is that important, such important. And without a certain, development of your Appamada, your practice will not thrive, will not grow. So this chapter is Appamada on Appamada. So very important teachings will be given out in this particular chapter. I picked 3 verses today. You might think, oh, too many verses. Actually, I picked 3 verses because these 3 verses are about one story. So probably I'm gonna have you read 2 verses and I'm gonna read the last one just to save the time and for the story. All right, so then what is Appamada? Appamada means
Someone who's diligently working towards one's practice.
the
One's
progress of one's own spiritual journey, right? That is Appamada. We need that. Without that, we are in trouble, right? We are in an issue in our practice. We get stagnated actually, the practice. All right, let's go and see the translation. Sorry, the text. Verse number 21, first stanza of second chapter, Appamada. Appamadu amata padang, pamadu machunu padang. Appamatta namiyanti ye pamatta yatha mata. Appamadu amata padang, pamadu machunu padang. Appamatta namiyanti ye pamatta yatha mata. This stanza is the stanza that was given to King Ashoka. Later, he was called as Dharmashoka in India. King Ashoka, he was called Chanda Ashoka, the rebellious, very evil king in the emperor in Indian continent, say Jambudeep at that time. After that, there was another king called Harsha in the 6th century in India, who was the same like King Ashoka. And then King Ashoka killed over 100,000 people and he wounded over 150,000 people. And he was so worried about what happened. He didn't expect that the casualties and fatalities are as such. And then what happened, he was very worried about everything. So one day he was looking over his balcony in his palace. He saw one small monk, little monk, who was walking through his compound palace. And then he asked his royal horses to bring him. And then 7 years old, Nikrodha, Samanera Nikrodha, but an Arahant. Arahant Samanera Nikrodha, little monk, he was invited. And King Ashoka asked, can you give me something which I can see based on your peace? I can feel you are very peaceful, you are very serene, tranquil. Can you give me a teaching how you attain this freedom, how you attain this peace? You can sit anywhere you want. And he chose the throne. Nobody's going to sit on the throne, king's throne, because he is giving a Dhamma talk. So he has to be in the highest place, in the place where he is supposed to sit. So the king didn't say anything, maybe, and he sat down. He gave this stanza. This is the turning point of King Ashoka to Buddhism. If you don't know, Ashoka did not hear any other sutta or whatever thing. This is the turning point. Then Samanera Arahant Nikrodha told King Appamadu Amata Padang, Pamadu Machunu Padang, Appamata namiyanti ye pamata tamata. Then he explained, like we're going to explain after. So it's very important, very interesting, very important stance. I hope that any evil person can be changed if he or she has some room to get changed after hearing this stance. All right, so we'll be asking from groups now. I think you already saw the groups, the presence of groups as of today. If your name is not in the group, please let me know. So, then group number 1. Anybody who wants to read from group number 1? Please raise your virtual hand so I can let you read. Group 1. Yes, Anne, please go ahead.
I try, Bhante.
Yeah.
Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang. Appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great. Not that difficult, right? Okay, group number 2.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, group number 2. Yeah, yeah, there are 2 who would like to read. Maybe is it Indra or Kim?
Kim, I lowered my hand.
Indra, you can
Yes.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Kim.
do it later.
Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang, appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yatha mata.
Okay, great. Group 3.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, Chupin, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang. Appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great. And then
Thank you,
Katie
Bhante.
on from group 4. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang. Appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And group 5. Ms. Melinda, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang, appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay,
Thank you.
Then
Thank you.
group 6. Yeah, group 6. Yeah, TC, yeah, let's go ahead.
Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang, appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And group number 7.
Bhante, may I try?
Are
May
you
up
from
here.
Are you from group 7?
Yes, may up.
Okay. Yes, yes. Please.
Appamado. Hello. Bhante, hear me?
Yes. Please go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Appamado, appamata padam.
Appamado amata padam.
Amata padam. Appamado machuno padam. Appamata na miyati. Ye pamata yata mata. Correct, Bhante?
Would you like to go again, please? Yes.
I think I have.
Take a chat.
Appamado amata padam. Padam pamado machuno padam. Appamata na miyati. Ye pamata yata mata. Okay, Bhante?
Mata. Ye.
Mata.
This one is ye.
Ye
Ye.
pamata yata mata.
Mata.
Sorry?
Mata.
Mata.
Long A.
Okay, mata.
Mata.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll
Good.
learn Bhante. I miss a lot of lessons. I'm sorry.
Good. Group number 8. Last group number 8. Yes. Okay. Doris, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamado amata padam, pamado machuno padam. Apamata na miyanti ye pamata yata mata.
Yeah, great.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Bhante.
so I've been giving chances to all the groups now. Anybody else? So starting with Kim. Kim, please go ahead.
You Bhante.
Yes.
Pamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Apa mata nye miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Apamata, what? The third line?
Pamata na miyanti.
Namiyanti.
Ye pamata yata mata.
Yata. Okay, good. And we have Chong Bakla. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apamado amata padam. Pamado machuno padam. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great. And
Thank
we
you.
have Rashmi.
Yes, thank you, Bhante. Appamado amata padang, pamado machuno padang, appamatta na miyanti, ye pamatta yathamata.
Okay, and we have then Me Oi. Yes. Yeah.
Pamado amata padam. Pamado machuno padam. Apa mata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Ye pamata.
Ye pamata yata mata.
Yata mata. Okay, great. And Oi. Great. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great.
Thank
and
you.
Pochuwong, please. Yeah, Pochuwong, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamado amata padam, pamado machuno padam. Appamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, good.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
we have Siri.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Apamado amata padam. Pamado machuno padam. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Okay. And we have Jenny. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Apamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Good.
Thank you.
And have Nopili.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Appamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. And we have Sakun Lin. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Have Hema. Let's go ahead. Can you please unmute? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Bhante. Apamado amata padam, pamado machuno padam, apamata na miyanti, ye pamata yata mata.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Not a very difficult one. And I would like to ask anybody who joined lately, I think we have some couple newcomers. Would you like to try? Anybody who would like to raise a virtual hand? Right. Anybody who would like to read this stanza again?
Bhante, may I?
Yes. Yes.
Appamado amata padam, pamado machuno padam, appamatta na miyanti, ye pamatta yatha mata.
Okay, good. Good. Yes, CHR, yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Apamado amata padang. Pamado machuno padang. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yatta mata.
All right,
Okay.
great. Anybody
Thank
else?
you.
Here we have, Mei Lin, please go ahead. Yeah. Can you please unmute your mic?
Apamado amata padam. Pamado machuno padam. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Great. Yeah, good. Good. Who else? Okay, I think we have another one stanza. Yeah, Pauline, yes, let's go ahead. Okay.
Apamado amata padam. Pamado machuno padam. Apamata na miyanti. Ye pamata yata mata.
Great. Okay,
Bhante,
so
can I just double check? The amata, it should be amata, right? Amata.
amateur.
Amata. And padam as in padam. With the M like that, is it?
Yeah,
How's
padam.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Bhante.
Yeah. All right. If anybody else wants to read, so we have another next stanza as well. So let's go to the next stanza at this point. Save the time. Okay. So the rest of the two stanzas, 22nd, 23rd, they are referring to this stanza. That's why it says etang visesato, this distinction. Okay. Etang visesato nyatva appamadamhi panditam. Appamade pamodanti ariyana gochare rata. Etang visesato nyatva appamadamhi pandita. Appamade pamodanti ariyana gochare rata. I think this stanza may have some difficulties for some because of some of the nasals, but anyway, so we'll get, see. Okay, group number 1.
Bhante, may I?
And see, would you like to read or like to let him go ahead? Okay.
Okay, I'm reading now.
Yes, I'll put you to the general.
Etang visesato nyatva appamadamhi pandita appamade pamodanti ariyanam gochare rata.
Okay, great. And group 2. Yes, Kim, please go ahead.
Etang bisa satu nyatwa, apa mandamhi pandita, apa made pamodanti, ariyanang gochari rata.
Great. And group 3. Yeah, group 3. Yes, Jenny, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Bhante. Etang visesato nyatwa, appamadamhi pandita, appamade pamodanti, ariyanang gochare rata.
Okay, great. And
Thank
then
you.
group number 4 is Kebion, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Itang visesato nyatwa apamadamhi pandita apamade pamodanti ariyanang gochare rata.
Okay, great. Group,
Thank you.
Group 5. Yeah, Melinda, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Etam visesato nyatva appamadamhi pandita appamade pamodanti ariyanan gochare rata.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Group 6. Yeah, TC, let's go ahead.
Thank you. Itam visesato nyatwa appamadamhi pandita appamade pamodanti ariyanam gochare rata.
Okay, great. Group 7.
Thank you.
Yeah, group 7. Okay, Aliana, please go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. Etang vise satu natwa, apa madamhi pandita, apa made pamodanti, ariyanam gocare rata.
Okay, great. And last group, group 8. Yes, Champakla, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Etam vise sato nyatwa. Apa madamhi pandita. Apa made pamadanti. Ariyanam gochare rata.
Apamade, third line.
Apa made pamodanti.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. And then we'll be giving the chance to others, starting with Suzanne. Please, Suzanne.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Etam vise sato nyatva, apamadamhi pandita, apamade pamodanti, ariyanam gochare rata.
Great.
Thank you.
And then Oi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Etang visi satu nyatwa, apa madamhi pandita, apa made pamodanti, ariyanam gochare rata.
And then Rashmi.
Yes, ma'am. Etam visesato nyatva appamadam hi pandita appamade pamodanti ariyanam gochare rata.
Right. Good. And then Ansumi. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Etang vise satu natwa, apamadamhi pandita, apamade pamodanti, ariyanam gochare rata.
Okay, great. And
Thank you,
Serene, please.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Etang visesato natwa.
Etang visesato.
Etang visesato nyatwa.
Nyatwa.
Nyatwa or
Yeah.
nyatwa.
Nyatwa.
NAT is one group.
No, I mean,
VA is
if you
another
go
group,
to
right?
if you go to Vinyana, you see this
Yeah.
diacritical marks. We say not Vinyana, it's Vinyana. Same way. Nyatwa.
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 Yeah, Nyatwa. Yes, yes.
Okay, let me repeat again. Let me repeat.
Sometimes when we keep reading these difficult letters, we will end up with something else. So, Nyatwa. Yes, etang visesato nyatwa.
Nyatwa, okay. Etang visesato nyatwa. Apa madamhi pandita. Apa made pamodanti. Ariyanam gochare rata.
Okay, great. Yes, and then what you want, please.
Thank
Yes,
you,
what you
Bhante.
want, please.
Etam vise sato nyatva appamadam hi pandita appamade pamodanti ariyanam gochare rata.
Great. And
Thank you,
then the
Bhante.
last one is Indra. Yes. Listen. Yes, Indra, please go ahead. Indra, I think seems to be an internet connection.
nyatva appamadam hi pandita appamade pamoda.
Yeah, Indra, I think you were breaking up, but I know that you recited this very well.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, no problem. Yes, and
Okay.
then low billion. Yes, billion.
Etang Bhante.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Etang visesato nyatwa. Appamadamhi pandita. Appamade pamodanti. Ariyanang gochare rata.
Okay, great. Yes. Is Litasa with us today? Litasa Vikram Singh. This is also new for our class. Litasa, are you here with us? Speak. Probably not. Okay, that's good. Yes, then we have CHR. Let's go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Etang visesato natwa. Yeah, sorry. Etang visesato yatwa. Appamadamhi pandita. Appamade pamodanti. Ariyanam gochare ratta.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. I think we can try the next stanza this way. Te jaino satatika nichang dalha parakkama pusanti dhira nibbanam yoga khemang anuttaram. Te jaino satatika nichang dalha parakkama pusanti dhira nibbanam yoga khemang anuttara. I think we still have a little bit of time. If anybody wants to read, maybe we can go by the groups again. Yeah, group 1. Oh, yes, Melin, please go ahead.
Teja yino satatika. Nicham dalha parakama. Pusanti dira nibanang. Yoga kemang anutarang.
Yeah, great. And group 2.
Thank you.
Yes, Kim, please go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. Te jayino satatika. Nichang dalha parakama. Pusanti dira nibanang. Yoka kemang anutarang.
Okay, great. Group number 3. Group 3. Yes, Jenny, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Teja yino satatika. Nichang dalha parakama. Pusanti dira nibanang. Yoga kemang anutarang.
Okay, group number 4. Great. Group number 4. If not, group number 5. Yes, Oi, please go ahead.
Bhante, I'm group number 4.
Okay, yes. Appamada. Yes, okay, please go ahead. Yes.
Te jayino satatika. Nicham dalha parakama. Pusanti dira nibanang. Yoga kemang anutarang.
Okay, great. And then I think group number 5 is Melinda. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. Te jahino satatika nicham daha parakama pujanti dira dipanam yoga kema anuttaram.
Okay, so I have little concerns about the first one and the first line and the third line.
Okay, I repeat now.
Yeah.
Te jahino satatika.
Jaino.
Oh. Te jahino
Let me give you a small favor here. Do you know this Pali word? Jan. So this is coming from Jan. Ja. Those who do the jhana, those who are practicing jhana, their activity is called jaino. Te
jahino Sattatika.
And then the third line?
Pusanti dira dipanam.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, fast learning. Group number 7. Yes. Group 7? Yeah. Okay, Subang, please. Yeah. Yeah. Mayap, I will give you the chance later.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes. No problem. Group number 7.
Te Jaino.
Subang, please.
Group 6. Te Jayano Satatika Nichang Daha Parakama.
I can hear you very barely, actually. Sound, maybe. Yes.
Something wrong.
So maybe I have to volume up.
I try again.
Yeah, it's okay. I can increase my volume. There's always a way. Yeah.
Te Jaino Satatika Nichang Daha Parakama. Pusanti Dira Nibanang Yoga Kemang Anuttara.
Anuttara. Okay, great. Then group number 8, last group. Yes. Okay, couple of people. I think Doris is the one who showed up, and others, please be in the raising hand position here. Yes, Doris.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Te Jahino Satatika Nicham Dalha Parakama Pusanti Dira Dibanam Yoga Kemam Anuttaram.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, I think who did we miss out on previously? I think it was Maya. Yes.
Yes, Bhante, can I go ahead?
Yes.
Teja Yino Satatika Nicham Dalha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibanam Yoga Kenam Anuttaram. Okay, Bhante. Yoga Kenam Anuttaram.
There's no N.
Sorry?
There's no N here.
Oh,
no
Anuttaram.
N.
Sorry?
Yoga Kema.
Yoga Kema Anuttaram. Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, Sakhu, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Te Jayino Satatika Nicham Dakha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibanam Yoga Keman Anuttaram.
Okay, great. And I think we missed out on Hema. Yes, go ahead, Hema. You were trying to read, I think, at the group.
This one, huh?
Yeah, you are great. Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you, Bhante.
I'm asking if Hema is with us. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Te Jayino Satatika Nicham Daha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibanam Yoga Kemam Anuttaram. Sadhu, Bhante.
Great. And Champaklan, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Te Jayino Satatika Nicham Daha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibanam Yoga Kemam Anuttaram.
Okay, great. And then Suri, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Excuse me. Teja Ino Satatika Nichang Dalha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibanang Yoga Kemang Anuttaram.
Okay, great. And then Serene, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
I repeat. Te Jayino Satatika Nicham Dalha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibbana Yoga Kemam Anuttaram.
Yeah, great. Pochuwa, please. Yes, Pochuwa.
Bhante. Te Jayino Satatika Nichang Daha Parakama Pusanti Dira Nibbanam Yoga Kemang Anuttaram. Yoga Kemang Anuttaram.
Anuttaram. Okay, and then Rashmi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Te Jayino Satatika nityam dalha parakama, pusanti dhira nibbana, yoga khema anuttaram.
Great. And finally, Indra. Yes. Indra, please go ahead. I think you are kind of going through some connection disruptions. It's okay. And then Suzanne, please go ahead.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Yes.
Satatika nichang dalha parakama te jai no satatika nichang dalha parakama.
Okay. I think your connection is not good. It's okay. Yes, Suzanne. We will take only 2 more because of the time constraint. Yes, Suzanne, and then KB Ong and Corina. Then we'll get back to yes.
Te Jaino Satika.
Satatika.
Satatika. Nicham Dala Parakama. Pusantidira Nibanam. Yoga Kemam Anuttaram.
Okay, great. And KB Ong, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Te Jayayino Satatika. Nichang Dalha Parakama. Pusanti Dira Nibanang. Yoga Kema Anutarang.
Yoga.
Yoga Kemang Anutarang.
Yoga Kema. Great. And Corina, finally. Yes.
Te Jayino Satatika. Nicham Daha Parakama. Pusanti Dira Nibanam. Yoga Kenam Anuttaram.
Yoga.
Yoga Kenam Anuttaram.
Yoga Kemang.
Yoga Kemang Anuttaram.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Shirley. Okay, Shirley. We'll take only Shirley because of the timing. Huh? Okay. Shirley.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Te Jahino Satatika. Nichang Dalha Parakama. Pusanti Dira Nibbanam. Yoga Kemang Anuttaram.
Okay, great. So I wanted to tell you about our reading part. Actually, reading part is very important because our the aim of this class is to have you, in a better way in reading of the text. Everybody is learning. Nobody is perfect in reading. Right? At least they are much better than a normal devotee when they go to a vihara. Right? I think most of you, I have seen most of you have been really getting better in your reading. All right, so then let's get into our discussion about the stanzas here. Translation. As you understand, Appamada is the root kusala from where all the other kusala activities, any kusala is going to start and whereby you can maintain growing. So Appamada is the root kusala. So Appamadu Amatapada. Diligence is the path to the deathless. How do we understand this? Now, when someone is diligent, that person is making one's life to a state of deathlessness. Who are the good examples for this state? Enlightened beings. Now, enlightened beings have passed away. All the enlightened beings we daily talk about, they passed away. Buddha, his predecessor Buddhas, 27 other Buddhas. There are many other Buddhas. We only pick 28 Buddhas. 28 now. When you go to a vihara, they have 28 Buddha chanting, 28 Buddha offering. But there are many. Then who is the Buddha who gave precise statement to the Tannankara Buddha? There were many other Samma Sambuddhas, but we don't normally take them because of the timing issue. Otherwise, we will have to take millions, billions of Samma Sambuddhas going back. Then going forward, Going back, we only take go up to Tannankara Buddha. Going forward, we only take Avalokiteshvara or Buddha Maitreya, who is going to be reborn. Right? Only stop at Shakyamuni Buddha. So all the Samma Sambuddhas, all the Pacceka Buddhas, all the Arahants, all the Anagamis, all the Sakadagamis, all the Sotapannas, all the Saddhanusari, Dhammanusari, pre-Sotapannas, they all are examples, ideal examples for the people who have become deathless. That means even today we are talking about them, right? How many times people are remembering about the Buddha, thinking about him, these enlightened beings. So that's how you see that because they have not been able to go to that place if they had not, practiced diligence. That's why when people are diligent, then they are going to go to the state of deathlessness. Nibbana is taken as a deathless state. And then what will happen to the rest of the people who don't do that? Pamado machuno padana. Normal people who have no idea about what apamada is, no idea about what it means. So they have pamada, negligence. Machuno padana. Why they are dying both physically and then sansara-wise? Now, even the Buddha, Pacceka Buddha, Arahant also dying, right? They also have to go through the death. But why is the death that they are going through and we are going through show a difference? Because we are going to be reborn in incalculable, directionless, sansaric lifetime. We never know what's going to happen to us. Remember, there is a dog in a story. This dog, he became friendly with the Pacceka Buddha. Very interesting story. Yeah? He became very friendly because there was a Dayaka who brought his dog to bring the Buddha to his house, Pacceka Buddha. Okay? Then one day the Dayaka told the Pacceka Buddha, Bhante, I cannot come all the time. So my dog, he will bring you to my house. But just because of this, you don't ever let your dog go to the temple, bring the monks over to your house. It's a whole story. But we are learning what happened. And then every day, in the morning, so the owner sends the dog to the temple. So dog doesn't go inside the vihara. He goes to the gate and then he sleeps. Once the Pacceka Buddha is coming out, then he gets up. He is bringing Pacceka Buddha and monks to the house. And Pacceka Buddha wanted to check, is this dog really carrying my path, road to this house? So one day he was trying to purposely go to another road. Then the dog, he was doing certain gestures and he was trying to bark along. This is not the road. So another day, the Pacceka Buddha wanted to try again, check again on this dog. And he was purposely going a little far from the actual road. So he went and he dragged the Pacceka Buddha from his road. So this way, the dog became very friendly and dog started loving this Pacceka Buddha. Then what happened? One day this Dayaka gave a piece of cloth for the Pacceka Buddha. Can you make a robe? Then he said, I don't have anybody here to make a robe. So I am going to go to the Gandhamadana cliff, where we understand all the Pacceka Buddhas, they levitate into this place. So when he was telling that, dog was listening to this conversation. This conversation happening between the Dayaka and the Pacceka Buddha, he was patiently listening to what they are talking, and he felt Buddha is going to go somewhere. He didn't like it. And then he saw Buddha was disappearing, and at the same time, he passed away. The dog passed away and became a massive deva in the Tavatinsa heaven. Just because of became friendly with the Pacceka Buddha, and it is said Bunkara. I would write it here, but we normally call it Bunkara. Bunkara means barking sound. due to the bunkar. So it has to be bunkar. Bunkar means barking. So there are dogs who even became friendly with these enlightened beings and then was able to be reborn. So the sansara is like that. Never know how things are going to happen. And then later on, this particular deva passed away. He passed away because of one of the reasons. There are 4 reasons why deva passed away from the heavens. One is ayukaya, their lifespan is going to finish. Second is punyakaya, their good karma is going to finish. Third is aharakaya, that means they are not eating properly. Maybe they are more into sensual pleasures. When their energy for the sensual pleasures get exhausted, they have to pass away. And sometimes some devas pass away due to anger, especially anger that is coming because of the jealousy about other deva. Devas are jealous about other deva. How come you are so more luxurious than me? All these are individual blessings, right? So sometimes devas are jealous about other devas. Don't worry about our human beings. They are always jealous about other people. How come you are so rich? How come you are so educated? How come you are so prettier than me? I think it's such a normal thing. Even devas are jealous. I'm not trying to validate this, but this particular deva who was a dog before, he exited the deva world because of too much sensual pleasures. He was reborn in the what you call Kosambi. Now the story is attached to this one. And then because he was friendly with the Pacheka Buddha, he was able to free from a lot of sufferings that he had to go through as a child. That means samsara is as such. So we understand if we can become little diligent in our life, then we can become deathless. Not that we are dying physically all the time. So there is a difference between the death of enlightened beings and us. And then, appamatta namiyanti. This is interesting. When you are diligent, which means you are already enlightened, that means you do not die. But ye pamatta yatamata, there may be physically living people, but they are as if dead. Right? What is the lesson that we are learning from these last 2 parts? When you are really working on your Dhamma journey, diligently working on your Dhamma journey as a whole, then one day, even if you happen to die, you don't actually die. You have done your own good karmas, you have elevated your practice, you have worked out in your practice, and then you will be destined because of the practice. But other people, even they are very good humans in this life. I mean, physically, maybe comfort-wise, but even they are living in this world, according to the spiritual perspective, they are as if dead. They are like dead beings. Have you seen some beings who are living but they are like mobile dead people, walking dead people, not like zombie in the West, but they are like, they don't do anything. They don't practice any Dhamma. So for us, we understand this life is going to be a life of a mess spiritually. So practicing appamada is the key thing in our spiritual life. Without appamada, you will never be able to succeed, grow in your Dhamma practice. I think we will discuss the rest of the 2 and then we will let you ask any questions. Now, the second stanza is about like a comment from the first stanza. Etang visesato nyatva appamadam vi pandita. Now, if you are a pandita, wise person, then you know the difference. Here, you are supposed to be diligent, you are not supposed to be negligent. So this difference, having understood this difference, this distinguishing part, then where you are going to distinguish this difference? In the Appamada itself. Right? So you are checking you are doing a checking. Have I been adequately diligent? I think we can do that. We all can do that anytime in the day when we start our day in the morning, right? Am I diligently working on my practice? Or am I someone who practices Dhamma just because my family practices, just because I was born into a Buddhist family, just because I have a cultural way of practicing Buddhism, just because I know these people in the Vihara, just because there are nobody who is going to the Vihara, but I have to go and help out the Vihara. Right? So you are doing your personal, what do you call, reference to what's happening in my practice. So then at a certain point of time, you understand, no, I have to practice more diligence, Appamada, thereby the rest of the kusalas will be complementary. They are complementary. When you have Appamada, these qualities will automatically coming up, mostly. And then Appamade pamodanti. When you practice Appamada, because of Appamada practice, you delight in that practice. You delight in that Appamada. Why? You are vulnerable to the noble ones, Aryana, Gochari. You are vulnerable to them. Okay. How does someone delight in the Appamada practice? Every year or every day, maybe time to time, are we checking our progress in our Dhamma journey? Or we just do things just because I've been doing them. Even for this OPRC class, just because I have to be here on Thursday, I'm going to go there. No, I think, I've been really following up and then growing in myself with what is going on here, what's being taught in the class itself. So you are going to check up on the teachings and you are going to keep up with the teachings. That's how you are going to delight in the practice. So you have this delight. So then you can really delight in the Appamada practice. Not even in the Appamada practice, because you are in the Appamada practice, you are in the, in the field or in the environment of the Aryas. Who are the Aryas? How many Aryas are there? Noble ones, we normally call? 8 Aryas. Huh? Who are they? Those who are following to become Sotapannas, those who are already Sotapannas. Those who are following to become Sakadagami, and those who are already Sakadagami. Those who are following to become Anagami, those who are already Anagami. Those who are following to become Arahant, those who are already Arahant. 8 Arya, noble ones. 8 noble ones. Now, how do you make the reference to those 8 people? You are an unenlightened person. You may be an unenlightened person at this point. You know, this practice eventually bring me to their level. One day you are there in their practice. So you make the reference to these enlightened beings. And then that is why you are going to, be in the field of noble ones. All right, any questions about these 2 stanzas before we go to the 3rd stanza? About Appamada, diligence.
Bhante, Jenny here.
Yeah.
For the last sentence on verse 22, Ariyanang Gochare Ratta, when I check the Ratta, the meaning is something like delight in, please, devoted to. So when the translation is in the field of the noble ones, that's why I can't reconcile the meaning.
Yeah. So if you are a Pandita, if you are a wise person, which means you have been practicing Appamada, right? Because of your Appamada practice, you can delight in that practice. Some people say rejoice here, rejoice, right? Rejoice in this practice. So the delight. At the same time, you can also say it's kind of delighting too. You are also delighted to be in the subjects of noble ones. So there are two Pali words. You can say rejoice and then delight. You are both rejoice and delight. You are rejoice on one hand. On the other hand, you are delighted because you are in the field of noble ones.
Oh.
I think we do that normally when you follow something from a good person. At a certain point of that following, you might feel I'm also in their practice in a certain way. So there is delight about it.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
All right, it's because of the timing. Let's go to the next stanza and then keep your questions to ask first. Te jahaino satatika. Now these Pandita people, wise people, they now this is an interesting way how their characteristics have been summarized. Te jahaino satatika. They are practicing meditation. Now here we understand jahaino means they are practicing certain jhanas. Now, when we say jhanas, there are two types of jhanas we understand. One is 8 types of jhanas, and then at the same time, they are practicing anicca, dukkha, anatta perspective. We call it another quality of our sati practice, vipassana, samatha vipassana practice. I mean, that is implied in a way, samma sati. Okay. They are practicing samma sati. Satatika. Satatika means they are persevering. That means they have a lot of virya. They have a lot of virya. Virya can be less or virya can be more. Energy part. Does energy make an impact on our Dhamma practice? It is, right? Sometimes there might be people, they might say that I'm not in the mood today for the maybe today it's a day for something else. But when it comes to Dhamma practice, you can't do this fixing the mood thing, do it with the food and other people. But when it comes to Dhamma practice, going by the mood this way is going to be a dangerous activity because we know it is good, but we don't have enough energy to proceed with that thing. So Satatika means this kind of a diligent, wise person is always persevering. That means he has all the good things with regard to the virya, energy. Now you could call sammavaya, right? What is it called? Right effort. Then nicham dal. Nicham means always. Dalha means strong. Maybe a massive. Parakkama means this steadfastness. Parakkama. Now, kama, the meaning of this akkama is that you can curb any akusala states of mind. That sometimes we cannot avoid akusalas bursting in our life at different times. But you are someone who is very steadfast. You know that you have to work with these akusala things, unwholesome activities, be that akusala speech, akusala thought, akusala action. So you are very steadfast about what you are supposed to do. Don't expect I'm a very good devotee, I meditate. No, akusala is coming to me. No, akusala must come to you, They must come to you. That is understanding that akusalas are coming to me all the time and working on it is steadfastness, nicchandalna parak. There are people who want to be free beings every day. I've been practicing for many years. Now akusalas are not coming to me. Why? Are you an enlightened person at that point? No, you still have to go. Long way to go. You might know, but the practice is not enough. Knowledge is there, but practice is not adequate enough. So in that way, steadfastness. It's lofty, always having this steadfastness. Then, pusanti dhira nibbana. This is very interesting. Touching nibbana. What is that? Can we touch nibbana? This is a metaphoric way of saying about how the enlightened people touch about nibbana. Metaphoric, huh? Not that there is nibbana, you touch it. Wise people, they can touch nibbana. How do they touch? There are two types of pusati, touching. Pusati means touching. The first is jnana pusata. Jnana pusata. First one. Second touch is vipaka pusata. Now I'm going to explain what they are, right? Jnana pusata means you are someone who is on the path to become an enlightened person, like many of us. That means you have the jnana pusata. You know that I'm supposed to become like that. But when you really become an enlightened, awakened person, at that point, you are touching nibbana from vipaka pusata. That means you are on the fruits of the enlightenment. Earlier, jnana pusata means you are on the path of the nibbana. Now here, vipaka pusata, the second one, means you are on the fruits of the nibbana. So both are touching nibbana in different ways. One is touching from afar, the other one is really experiencing, really enjoying the benefits of nibbana. So pusata, that's how here the Buddha says that diligent, wise beings, dhira is another word for the wise beings, they pusati, they touch nibbana. As I said earlier, there are two types of touches, jnana and vipaka. But this pusati is vipaka pusata. That means only when you really become an awakened being, you can really touch it, because you can feel it, that you are in that enlightenment. Not even that. Yoga kemang anuttaram. Why? Yoga kemang anuttaram. We unenlightened people, they are struggling with the yogas. What are the yogas? Huh? Tell me, what is a yoga? Yoga. What is a yoga?
Practitioner. Bondage. Practitioner.
Bondages. When I asked this question a long time ago, somebody said it is Hatha Yoga. I said, not that yoga here. This is a Buddhist yoga. Somebody said Ashtanga Vinyasa. These are the bondages that unenlightened people have been fettered. We all are fettered by these yoga. Pali word yoga means to bind.
Union?
Comes from this. Yeah.
Can it be union?
It is another meaning. Yuj. Yuj is to bind. To bind. So we are bounded by four things. For yoga, there are four yoga. First one is Kama Yoga.
Kama Yoga.
Second is Ditti Yoga.
Ditti Yoga.
Ditti. Third one is Bhava Yoga. Fourth one is Avijja. Let me explain to you. Kama means sensual pleasures. Ditti means views. Bhava means becoming. Sansari, becoming, every life, becoming. Avijja means ignorance, because we don't know the Four Noble Truths in the proper way. We know them, but we don't know how it really lies in our life personally. So these are the four yogas. Now, yoga kema, when you become an enlightened person, you are going to free from these four yogas. Kema can be an oasis, say a place where you find the ultimate peace. Anuttara means you can say unparalleled, exquisite, or the ultimate. That means now when you become an enlightened person by being diligent, appamada, then you are going to free yourself from these 4 yogas. And then this freeing, this unbounded nature from the 4 kama yoga, ditthi yoga, bhava, avijja yoga, it is the ideal oasis. The real place of an oasis is the ideal place in our samsaric journey. All right, keep your questions, but now I'm going to share with you the story in short. Now, the story with regard to these 3 stanzas was about Samavati and Magandhya. Both were killed, actually. Both were killed badly. It's a very pathetic story. We understand that Samavati. Okay, let's go back to the main character, Udeni. Udeni is the king of Kosambi, one of the northern states in India at that time. Udeni had 3 wives, say queens, actually, co-queens. The first one was Samavati, the second one was Vasudadatta, third one is Magandhya. Magandhya had an early encounter with the Buddha. How was it? Magandhya's parents, they wanted to give her to the Buddha to marry. They didn't know that he's the Buddha. The Buddha said, I even left Tanha Rati Raga of the Mara's 3 daughters, and I don't have anything from your daughter. Ever since that day, Magandhya wants to take revenge from the Buddha. So she's very evil on the Buddha. So because Buddha actually, Buddha kind of insulted her beauty or something. She misunderstood what the Buddha said. So she sent a lot of people to blame the Buddha. One time when the Buddha was in the Kosambi, he sent people to blame the Buddha. You are a thief, you are a bad person, you are a stupid person. Then Bhante Anand asked the Buddha, Bhante, let's leave the city, Kosambi. Anybody who wants to blame the Buddha will blame the Buddha only for 7 days. And what if we leave this city, we go to another city? Then what if the people are going to do the same thing for us? We are not going anywhere. Let the people understand what's going on. And then after 7 days, they understood this was a setup by Magandhya. And then the interesting thing happened was with regard to the Udeni king. Now, Samavati was given the queen status before Magandhya. Magandhya was given the queen status later. So Magandhya became Samavati became Sotapatna because she had a maid called Kujjuttara. Kujjuttara means the lady whose back is hunch. She is hunchback. Short lady, but hunchback. And then the Buddha said one time why she is hunchback, because in one life she insulted a hunchback Pacceka Buddha. She was showing other people, this is the Pacceka Buddha was walking, hunchback. Because of that bad karma, she became hunchback in this life. But anyways, one day she happened to go to see the Buddha and she became a Sota. Then when she came back, she said the story to Queen Samavati. And then Samavati also used to go to the Vihara. She became a Sotapatna with the other ladies. Ever since Magandhya came, now Magandhya understood I cannot take revenge from the Buddha because Buddha is a higher person. So I'm going to take revenge from his followers. I think the good target is Samavati. She's in the same, different place in the same royal kingdom. So then she bad mouth about Samavati many times to the king. But finally, the king understood when king went to a certain area on a particular day, Magandhya, with the support of one of her relative, set fire to Samavati's place. Samavati and all the other ladies, they they died of this fire, right, at that time. Then when the king came back, he heard that Magandiya did this thing to Samavati, and king ordered Magandiya, bring all your relatives. And then king buried certain pits, asked them to go there, and then king killed all the ladies too and relatives of Magandiya. It's a very tragedy actually. But then when the monks asked about from the Buddha, what happened to Samavati, there was a bad karma she did in a past life as a co-queen to another king long time ago. It was the incident of one king was respecting a Pacheka Buddha, and what happened when king brought these co-queens to a certain area, to have some sport events with regard to water, aquatic sports, king left the place, but then these co-queens, they were trying to set fire to a certain area, but they did not notice that there was a Pacheka Buddha. So they set fire to the Pacheka Buddha too. Pacheka Buddha didn't die. He was able to keep up his samadhi, but on the 7th day he passed away. Because of this bad karma, she had to be killed like this. But what we understand from the story is that Samavati was given the status of the one who has the highest metta among Buddha's lay people. Who has the metta, who has the highest metta among the lay people. Now, see, there are a lot of lay people at the Buddha's time. She was given because she was able to stay patient at all times when Magandiya was doing many things to her. We know she had done a lot of bad things. It's not the time to share all these events, but she was very patient. Although she had to pass away because she did the bad karma, but she was able to stay patient with whatever the things happening. And that is why Buddha said these stanzas actually. Samavati followed diligence, appamada. Although she passed away, she was a Sotapa. And there were some other ladies with her, they became Sakadagami, Anagami also. So they were all diligent. So the story is Samavati and Magandiya's story. Magandiya was very bad on Samavati, but Samavati could manage her composure to stay patient and then to make her way to the rest of the levels of spiritual practice. So the idea of appamada as such is that appamada is the root kusala in our spiritual practice. So never ever forget about appamada. How can we get motivated about appamada? Every time when you think about your spiritual practice, don't single out your spiritual practice only for dana, only for sila, only for meditation. Think that I have to be motivated by this appamada quality, because when I have appamada, I am going to make myself to rest of the whole other spiritual qualities. That's the teaching that we have to learn from these 3 stanzas. All right, any questions about the story or maybe 3 stanzas today? How do we remind ourselves if we are strayed from diligent path? Different people have different reminders, right? There are different ways to do this. Think about someone who is very much on the fitness, putting a slogan about the table. No pain, no gain. I mean, thinking I have to be, in pain to become, fit. But we should have our own reminder every day. Maybe you are thinking about appamada every day. Right? Maybe when you wake up in the morning, you think about, I have to work on myself. Not that timing is bad. Today is not the good day. Maybe life is full of suffering. Actually, Buddha said, life is not full of suffering. Whenever you bring tanha to anything in your life, then your life will become suffering. So you are looking at your spiritual life as a whole and doing the necessary things in that practice. I think that would be the slogan. Always think about how to elevate myself with regard to my spiritual practice. That could be a good reminder. If not, if you are such bad to do anything, then put up a board above your table, Appamada. I had to be diligent all the time. That's it. You every time you see it. I had to be diligent. Yes, Gan, you have a question?
Yeah, sorry, Bhante, I want to ask the yoga just now. Is it the same as asava?
Same names.
Yeah.
Same names. I mean, Kama, Bhava, Ditthi, Avijja, they are same names in which we understand four asavas, influxes. Actually, they will become bonds. Now, yoga means a bond, right? Kama is a bond, then Bhava is a bond, then Ditthi is a bond, and Avijja is a bond. But initially, they are influxes, asavas. Initially, they become influxes. They are coming to us. Kamas are coming to me, sensual pleasures are coming to me, views are coming to me, conditions to re-become coming to me, and then ignorance is coming to me, influxes. Then when they are coming to me, if I don't do the necessary thing for them, if I don't become diligent enough, then what will happen? I will be bonded by these things. I will be bound up by these things. So they are the same. I would say asavas are the primary initial level of yogas, 4 bonds. They are initial levels. But then the full-fledged version of the asavas will be the bonds, yogas. It's practicing yoniso manasikara the same as appamada. Yoniso manasikara is a good trigger actually. We can use it all the time. The Buddha said, practice yoniso manasikara. It will help you to think about appamada. Now, when you think about appamada, it's a very broad, very broad area, appamada. Initially self-motivated by appamada. But what to do? Every time when I think about what to do, then my role of appamada is initially wise attention, yoniso manasikara. When I have yoniso manasikara, I'm not doing anything unwise. So every time someone is doing unnecessary things, akusalas, they have ayoniso manasikara, unwise attention. So yoniso manasikara is a good thing to practice to keep up with the appamada. Is appamada in teaching the Dhamma? Can you make it a full question, please? Is appamada in teaching the Dhamma? Yes.
Bhante, Pauline here. I'm just using the verb Bhante or adjective. Bhante is appamada in teaching the Dhamma. It's not correct.
Yeah.
You're very diligent.
Oh, you are referring to me.
Thank you,
Oh,
Bhante.
that's why it was not a question. Oh, thank you. Yes. We do what we can do, We cannot do what we cannot do. So, yeah. So, yes, we have to. And you are also appamada interview. That's why you come here, right? To learn from, this class. Otherwise, you could have done something else this time, right? Why not? So you are also having appamada. So don't worry. You already have certain level of appamada. Now the problem is how to keep up with this appamada. Can we maintain this appamada in the long way? That is the most important thing. Yes, Kibio, please.
Yeah, hi Bhante. Is this appamada practice and with yoniso manasikara the same as we having samadhi? That is the first 8 noble path.
Yeah, noble eightfold path is our Dhamma journey, actual Dhamma journey. But our trigger in this practice is appamada. We are triggered by appamada. Now, say for instance, you get to see someone who is suffering a lot for some reasons, health-wise, maybe an accident, whatever, suffering a lot. Then you are immediately bringing this story to you. How come am I so good? Am I so blessed? My parents, my family, maybe my upbringing. Why is it? Now, every reason, even the dog who became very friendly with the Pacheka Buddha, because of that he became a deva, massive deva in the world. That means all these are connected to our previous lives, most of them. Nothing came to us without a previous good karma. So the trigger to the practice of Noble Eightfold Path is appamada. But when that trigger is coming up all the time, the immediate thing that we can bring is wise attention. Because wise attention, the Buddha always says, Arahant Sariputta also said, because of wise attention, someone can go to Samadhi. That means we are triggered by appamada, that we have to do a lot on our Dhamma practice. We are triggered. So the initial thing that we are supposed to do with that trigger is wise attention. Wise attention will lead us up to the Samadhi and the rest of the Noble Eightfold Path practice. So that is good to connect the dots actually. The dots can be connected that way. Appamada is a trigger. Yoniso Manasikara is the first activity which we can do that will help us to get on the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay, any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, Bhante, I just want to share my experience today. Just want to ask about your comment. When I was eating at a restaurant, there was a guy who dressed like monk, and he came and begged for money from everyone. So, how do we stop this sort of practice?
I did not hear the second part of the question. You were in a restaurant. You saw someone who is dressed like a monk.
And he came to beg for money from all of the people who were eating there.
He's asking money.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the connection of this incident to this?
Nothing. I just want to ask, how do we
My
deal
comment.
how do we deal with this sort
We
of...
are practicing upekka, we cannot correct everybody. We don't have to correct, Now, say for instance, there are different things happening. Some are giving us some talisman. You have to buy this one, otherwise you will be cursed, You understand what's going on. You can't correct these people. You don't have to correct these people. So I think while we are respecting the Sangha members, we also understand there may be certain other people who are taking advantage from these benefits. But we are not going to panic. We're not going to panic about these incidents. We are just trying to practice upekka, because the problem here is that if any incident destroy my saddha, my practice will be finished at that. Let's say now I'm thinking, maybe a Sangha member ask him money. How come this is happening? Then you are losing your saddha at that. Yeah, fake monk is definitely fake. But the problem is, once these things are happening, you will react to these people. That reaction is the problem. So you will, stay equanimous, practice upekka. I think that will be the best thing to do. Right?
Yeah, definitely he's a fake monk. I just want to know whether there's anything we can do, like, to stop this one.
So what can you do? You are not in Thailand to call anybody. I don't think like you can do anything rather than maybe if the monk is coming to you and ask him money, you can say, I think not having any argument with them. Right? We're going to be smart at that point, not become very serious about what's happening. Because just because I'm serious, you serious, things are not going to be stopped. So we just understand what's happening. Like the incident what happened, I think a couple of weeks ago, right? The Korean monk who came to Malaysia and then did that dance, I mean, people get very panic about these things. We don't have to panic about this. We have to understand there are different people. Sometimes they are impersonating. They are not monks or nuns. So when you see such thing, you don't need to go and argue with these people. In Buddhism, we don't argue. We just understand what's going on. The most important thing is you have to keep up your saddha. If you break your saddha, that is a big loss to your spiritual practice. Don't lose your saddha. If such people, maybe focus on you, maybe keep asking money, then you can say, I'm not feeling comfortable and this is not our way to offer anything, right? You can say something. Otherwise, you are just practicing upekka. All right. I hope that time is already passed here. So may all the good karmas we've been making today, be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain supreme bliss of sadhu, sadhu. Idammi nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyateyo. Idammi nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyateyo. Idammi nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyateyo. At the same time, may all Deva, Naga, Mahika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. And finally, may they attain the supreme bliss of sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya ittavatacha ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya ittavatacha ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya akasattha Chandima Devanaga Mahintika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanam Akasattha Chandima Devanaga Mahintika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanam Akasattha Chandima Devanaga Mahintika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Tumang Paranti Chirang Rakhantu Tumang Sadanti. At the same time, we are making our great wish. May all of us be in the company of Kalyana Mittas till we attain Nibbana. Imina Punya Kammena Mami Bala Samagamu Satang Samagamu Hotu Yavanibbana Patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we will be making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silisse nichang vadha pachaino chattaro dhamma vadhanti ayuvanyo sukhang balang ayurarokya sampatti sakka sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samicchatu. Sadhu. Okay, our Abhyasi class is over today. We'll see you next Thursday at the same time. Wishing you a good evening, good night.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good night,
Bhante.
Bhante, sadhu, sadhu.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Everyone,
good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, Bhante.
Thank
Sadhu.
you,
Bye bye,
Bhante.
brother and
Sadhu,
sister.
sadhu,
Yeah.
sadhu.
Thank you.
Take care and good night.
Okay, Karina, I'm dropping just now. So if you don't mind, you have the recording. Can you please send to me?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bhante, I need it also. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yes, see you tomorrow. Yes. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.